prepare your response, and 60 seconds to speak. Now read a passage about outsider art from a modern art textbook. You will have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture in an art history class.
All right, so let's consider the work of the outsider artist Henry Darger. Darger lived by himself in a tiny apartment in Chicago in the 1900s. He had no friends and spent all his spare time there alone, creating hundreds of paintings and drawings. He had never formally studied art and kept his work completely private, so no one ever saw it or responded to it during his lifetime. And so when you see Darger's work, you notice how unique it is. It doesn't remind you of anything you've ever seen before. It's very much his own. For example, one piece, it's a watercolor painting. In this piece, he illustrates a story about the adventures of 7 children. But see, Darger had a really hard time drawing human figures, yet he managed to come up with his own rather unique solution for the problem. He simply cut out pictures of children from newspapers and magazines and pasted them into his own painted illustration of trees, flowers, and grass. The results look a little strange. Darger's picture looks more cluttered, more crowded with details than the pictures of other artists, because its entire surface is painted and there are no spaces left empty. It's also a lot longer than the pictures of most other artists, about 9 feet long.
Explain why Henry Darger is considered an outsider artist.
Please prepare your answer after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
In the listening process, the professor tries to illustrate the topic, outsider art, and giving example of Henry Darger to demonstrate this topic. Henry Darger lived in a tiny apartment and he had no friend. Uh, and The feature of his work is described by example of watercolor painting. In the painting, there are 7 children, and this depicted the adventure of the children. The character is wrote from newspaper and magazine because he could not write a human figure, so it was a good way for him. And because of this, this is very selfish or his own
Number
art.
5. In this question, you will listen to a conversation. You will then be asked to talk about the